welcome back to TC 911 Beyond the Call, the Tarrant 911 District Podcast. And this is Season 3, Episode 1. Round of applause. Yeah. So, Episode 1, I am excited that we have Erica here. And we're going to be chatting with today. And she's kicking off the season of the Headset Heroes chance to come in and talk about their experience and their time and everything in the 911 call centers. So, Erica, hello. How are you doing?
Good. You?
Good. Thank you so much for coming and chatting. Is today your day off?
It is.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much for coming in and chatting on your day off. I really, really appreciate that. And so you're at Everman?
Yes.
All right. And they're the Tarrant Regional Communication? Whew, okay. All right. They're also known as Tarrant Regional Communication Center. And y'all dispatch now for?
Everman, Forest Hill, and then we have our separate fire dispatchers.
Oh, that's right. The
Tarrant County
Fire Alarm is sitting in there with you all. Okay, wonderful. So just a couple cities, not too bad at this time right now.
Yes.
How long have you been over there at Everman?
At Everman, it's about to be 2 years in February.
Okay. All right. So you've been there 2 years. Have you any prior dispatch experience?
I do. I used to work at Sansom Park.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
When did you work over there?
A little before I went over to
So in
Everman.
So that would have been in 2021?
Yes, around there.
Okay.
I was there for 2 years and then...
All right. Well, good deal. Okay. All right. Anything before that? Before Sansom Park?
No, that's it.
That's it? You're done? Nope, that's it.
Yeah.
And then, so when you applied for... So technically you have 4 years
Yes.
of 911 experience. And then when you were getting ready to go to Sansom Park, I guess I should say, like, how did you get into 911? Did you always just interested in it? Did it pop up on a social media and you're like, I'm going to go apply for this? Because you would have applied during the pandemic.
Oh, yes, the whole pandemic. I was there.
She's like, whole pandemimic, that's where I was the whole time. That's okay. Mm-hmm. So how did you decide that you wanted to go into 911 and go ahead and go down that route?
Well, I always had an interest in criminal justice. Like I went to school, like college, university, the whole thing, because I wanted to be a juvenile probation officer.
Oh, okay.
But every time I would apply, I wouldn't get an answer, or they would say no because I didn't have any experience in that field. At the time, I was married, and he was a police officer. He's like, well, they're hiring, at Sansom Park, because he used to work for Pelican Bay, so Sansom Park used to dispatch for Sansom Park and Pelican Bay. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess I'll give it a try. And I gave it a try, and I really like it. It's something very, very different that only until you, experience it, you get a third eye of the world.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that's definitely true. Yeah. That is definitely true. So you kind of were already somewhat familiar with public safety because of your education experience and everything like that. So what did you do prior to that?
Prior to that, I had different jobs. Right before that, I was working at Men's Warehouse.
Okay, there you go. That's all right.
Dressing up the men. So.
Dressing up the guys. Give them some good slacks. That's all right.
Yes. And then before that, I worked at Amazon.
Oh, Amazon.
And a couple cashier jobs.
Were you in their distribution place or something?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool. That's awesome.
And we would just kind of count with the little scanner. Like the robot brings the stuff and you just kind of count it.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Well, that's all right. I love Amazon. It's actually a dangerous addiction, Amazon.
Yes.
Because now it's like you can order, especially since we're in this Metroplex, I can order something and it'll be like, okay, well, if you order by this time, we can actually have your product there by 6 p.m. tonight. And I'm like, you're amazing. Yeah. Thank you. So you obviously showed interest in public safety, and then the 911 field, you were like, okay, I can probably go for that. Did you think that you were going to stay that long, or did you think maybe you got your foot in the door and you may do something else?
That's what I thought. I thought, okay, I'll just probably do, a year, 2 years, and then, I'll be where I want to be, Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I mean, it's an experience being a 911 dispatcher, and I don't think that a lot of people understand how much it opens your eyes to the world. But I like being able to help people. But, you know, when I first started, one of the dispatchers would say, well, you know, it's not for everybody. And I was just like, oh, okay. So I felt like, you know what? Well, this is for me. So,
good. You're like, well, good thing I'm here because it's for me. So, well, that's good. Well, I'm definitely glad that you stuck it through, and then now you're with Everman now, and they're building their facility and everything. So that's good and doing great things. Can you think of a call maybe that you knew this is where you belonged? Like, did you ever take a call in the past 4 years that you were like, you know what? I handled that so well. This is my calling. I'm supposed to be here.
Oh, yes.
Share with us. Share with us, my friend.
Okay. So I think that also dispatching requires for you to have some memory of things maybe that officers had said before, or maybe calls. And one of the calls that I had, my ex-husband had told me, hey, you know, there's this guy we need to put an alert file on. And I was like, oh, okay. So I kind of remembered that, and there was an alert file put out for him. So then I had a call.
When you're saying file, are you saying, you mean warrant?
No, like the, you know, like when you run somebody and it tells you like caution.
Okay.
Like an officer.
So we got to make sure we educate our friends that are listening in the public. They may not know that kind of stuff. Yep. So we just, so basically someone that may have, I guess, an alert with their name.
Yes.
There's some sort of safety precaution thing. There we go. Okay. Good to know. All right.
So he had told me about that. And so like the next day that I was on shift, I received a call, and it was an older man. Mm-hmm. He's like, my grandson's acting up, and, you know, he's arguing with my granddaughter. And of course it just seems like a typical, you know, little disturbance.
Sure.
But you know, I kept asking my question. I'm like, hey, what's his name? Like, does he have any weapons? And he's like, oh, well, he's holding something. Looks like a shotgun. But by that time, like, you know, the officers were en route, and I immediately told him, hey, be careful. It's, you know, so-and-so. And, you know, they have that gun he had made. Because in the alert file, we had put that this guy had made his own gun.
Oh, yeah. Wow. That's super dangerous.
So when he said he's holding something that looks like a gun, I immediately remembered what my ex-husband had told me.
Oh, the past alerts. Good job.
And it just happened so fast. It's just crazy. But when they got there, they're like, oh, you know, shooting or shots fired. So everything went like from, you know, just taking a call from somebody arguing with their granddaughter to now we have somebody shooting at the officers or whatever.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. I mean, I'm still kind of in shock that happened, but luckily the officers were okay.
Yeah, everybody walked away from that. All right. To an extent. Okay. And then that was, so you really held on to that moment, knowing that this was your calling, that you really felt that this was, you know, hey, I'm really fitting in here good, and I'm remembering things and whatnot. That's really important. Good job. Yeah. That's an amazing story experience with that. Absolutely. Have you done any other bigger calls before?
I think it was prior to that, or maybe after that. It was some lady called and said, tell him not to shoot me.
That's all they said on the phone? That's all
they said, and I was like, okay, ma'am, what's going on? What's the address? You know, why would they shoot you? Who would shoot you?
Yeah, what's going on?
And she's like, well, I have a knife on me. And I was like, oh my God.
So she hasn't given you all she said is, please don't shoot me. And then she says, I have a knife on me.
Yes.
So that's all the information you have to go on right now.
And so I was like, okay, why do you have a knife on you? And, you know, kind of started asking my questions. She felt like she kind of wanted to end her life.
Oh, okay.
I continued to be on the line with her, and I was like, okay, you know, what's your name? You know, what's going on? Why do you feel this way? You know, you did mention you have a knife. Do you still have it with you? You know, can you put it down? And I told her, is it okay if I have my friends check on you? You know, I'm really worried about you. Is it okay if I have one of them check on you, make sure you're okay? They got there. Luckily, I was able to kind of help control the situation over the phone.
Good job. Yeah.
Which is crazy because we do that a lot, and we don't realize that we are the ones that kind of control some things just with our voice.
Yeah, you calm the situation down. You got to bring, they may be at a 10 and then you bring them down to a 3.
Yes.
So that way that they're more calm. But that's just so sad, and I'm glad that you are able to help her and everything. And I'm glad that that you definitely see where your calling is, and you're picking up calls that are really horrible situations, but you have taken that and you're like, no, this is my home. I'm doing this. I'm in this for the long haul,
Yes.
And that's awesome, regardless if they want police or fire, which preference they want. I will say, and I laugh because it makes me giggle, because one agency I worked at, someone, I think it was actually police, I can't remember, either police or fire, had to dispatch, the whole brigade out or whatever. And no joke, this lady calls back on 911 and asks about the attractive first responder, because I don't remember which I can't remember if it was police or fire, but calls back on 911 and then asks about an attractive one, wanting to know if she can get his information and all sorts. And I could not I was like, what? This is not Love Connection.
Yeah.
What are you doing? This really? I mean, everything is up for public record.
Yes.
So you can, as long as something's not getting investigated, you can go and just go ask for things or whatever. I felt there was a different route she could have took on that.
Yes.
But because that actually I'm pretty sure, because that's misuse of 911. So I'm pretty sure that they went back out there, and I think she got a violation ticket or something, an ordinance violation or something like that for that, because oh my gosh. I didn't remember that until you made that comment about having the firefighters come out or something like that. But yeah, don't do that. I'm talking to everybody out there in podcast land. Don't do that. If you find yourself attracted to one of the many first responders, I feel there's other routes that you can you can take, I guess, to see what's going on, and if you can maybe get a date or something, but don't call 911 and ask us and ask them if they, hey, can you give me his information or her information or his information or whatnot? That's probably the bad way of doing that. So she might have gave up after that. I don't know. Maybe it was him or her that came back and gave her the ticket. This one does not have my number on it. What are some of your goals in the next 5 years? Where would you like to see yourself in your 911 career in 5 years?
Well, I love teaching people, since I think a lot of people don't have patience for it, or I don't know, don't want to train, I guess. But I like to teach people, from little kids to the adults. So I kind of want to be a trainer, training
officer,
but still want to be able to take
calls and
stuff.
Sure.
So if I could do both, that'd be great.
Well, that's awesome. Well, definitely. I think you should definitely try for that, to be a CTO and train incoming dispatchers and stuff like that, especially now with so many new people coming in the career. And, there seems to be a lot of other people, some new people applying and everything. So, you can show them your passion and everything for that. And I think you'd make a great trainer, because you have a lot of, you are very, very calm. I'm actually feeling really relaxed during this podcast. You just radiate this calm ambiance, and I really enjoy it, actually. So
thank you.
I'm like, okay, you are never allowed to leave 911. So that is good. If you do it in person, then yes, you have to be a whiz out on the phone, wizard with the phone. So that's great. Your goals, you talked about being a training officer. Have you thought about, you said the word teaching. So have you thought about maybe doing teaching for TCOL or some of the licensing courses or anything like that? Because a lot of dispatchers do that on the side.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, there you go. Put that in your back pocket.
Yeah.
You can always put it in your back pocket. You can always email my next door neighbor here, Sophia, in the training department, or Elena, and they can at least, all you have to do is have a conversation. Hey, what do I have to do if I wanted to be an instructor? Oh, they will give you a plethora of information.
Oh, well, yes. I'm interested now.
Okay, there you go.
I didn't know that was, I see them here training, but I didn't know that they were, they could go other places. I don't know.
You could go teach other places. Like some dispatchers, like I said, they work in a comm center like you do, but they have their instructor license or instructor certification or whatever. And then on their days off or something like that, or they'll take vacation or what, and then they'll go teach at either at different district offices or other comm centers or whatever. And there you go. Everybody, a light bulb just went all over Erica's head right now. She went ding. So now she's excited. But yeah, so put that in your back pocket. And maybe that will come to fruition. Okay. But definitely, I think you'd be great at being a CTO for a communications trainer inside your dispatch center. So
Thank you.
get with your comm manager, good old Beverly.
Yes.
And I'm sure she would have no problems, showing you the ropes for that. So it's always a good thing to have too, because sometimes people get burnt out on being trainers, especially if you're constantly like hiring and stuff like that. I can totally understand that, where that's all you're doing. But I think with your demeanor and stuff like that, they're going to want to just work there forever. They're going to be like, can I work on Erica's shift? Because she's so calm. I'm actually going to have my remote days when you're working at your comm center, just so I can sit in the room and just be like, I'm calm, I'm cool, I'm collective. So that's awesome. Do you have tips for the public about like 911 education? Like, what would be the first thing, if you had to educate the public, what would be the first thing you would need to tell them?
We need to know where you're at.
See, you guys, every episode is going to get that answer. I guarantee you, this is episode 1, and I guarantee you that when I ask this question to all these dispatchers, they're going to tell you that. We don't say it for fun.
Yes.
It's all about location.
I teach my kids to like, hey, if you don't know the address of your school, know the name, or anytime you're walking around or we're driving around, look at the cross streets.
Yeah,
and
signs,
that would really help.
Everything. Yeah, just look around. There's so much, especially where we're at in the Metroplex and stuff, there is not like an open field left over anymore. Yeah. So it's not like you can be like, well, I'm by these fields. No, you're not in our county, because there is not, everything's a housing development now or something, or an apartment complex. So yeah, it's always look around, check out what's going on and everything. And Erica, definitely, you're definitely giving some good tips there, but know your location and only call 911 in emergencies. Well, Erica, I really appreciate you coming over and chatting and, enjoying the podcast on your day off.
Yes.
So I really appreciate that. And congrats on your 4 years as being a 911 headset hero. You only have 99 more to go. So you're good. We'll be around then, right?
Yes.
Well, it'll be awesome. I can't imagine what the technology is going to be then, but wow. All right. So again, thank you again, Erica, for being our first one out the gate for episode 1. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and listening to TC 911 Beyond the Call. New episode every Monday. So yes, we'll have episode 2 next Monday. You can listen to all your favorite podcast platforms, including our website and YouTube. Until next time, I hope you have a fabulous week.